Okay, good evening. Welcome back. You're watching No Reservations. We have Salma and Azfar with us, and what a charming couple they are, despite their claims of being 83 and 84 years old. The chemistry is clearly very much there, very strong. Now, we had Mani on the show in the last season, and I believe you watched that episode.
I watched the episode, yeah.
You weren't too happy with his response to one of my questions. Should we take a look at that clip?
Please.
Let's take a look. आपसे फिर एक और सवाल है, हम लोग कहीं पे बैठे हुए थे, ये सवाल एक्चुअली उठा था कि मानी और असफर का शो जो रेडियो पे चला था, इट वाज वेरी कंट्रोवर्शियल. आप लोग ऐसे बातें करते थे जो वाकई में बदतमीज थी. यू गाइस, डू यू एग्री दैट इट वाज बदतमीज?
हम लोग तो उस जो बात कर रहे हैं वो हम अपना एक्सपीरियंस बता रहे हैं.
राइट.
जितनी दफा भी हमने कोई बात की है अपना एक्सपीरियंस बताया. अगर किसी ने शो सुना है तो मतलब आई डोंट नो यहाँ पे जो बैठने वाले लोग हैं वो देखने वाले लोग हैं, उन्होंने सुना हो या ना हो, मैंने तो अपने बारे में हर चीज बता दी. और मुझे तो कोई मैं तो कॉम्प्लेक्स नहीं हूँ.
क्या कहते हैं, जो कंपैरिजन शुरू हुई थी बर्गर्स नॉन बर्गर्स पुल के उस पर,
वो तो हमने नहीं की थी, उमर शरीफ ने की थी.
जी नहीं, उन्होंने शुरू की थी, बट यू गाइस रियली प्लेड ऑन दैट एंड मैनिपुलेटेड इट फॉर योर रेडियो शो. And you really played on it. और शायद जो divisions जो आई थी कराची में, it really boiled down a lot to the influence you guys had on the youth population at that time in Karachi. Do you accept that? Do you not accept it? आपका क्या ख्याल है?
अगर वो एक gimmick थी basically. अगर आपने radio
so it was gimmickry. So basically it was a gimmick that you played on. Fair enough. No Reservations. Mani finally succeeded. Thank you for that.
कुछ gimmicks होती हैं जब आप रेडियो या टेलीविजन पे होते हैं तो आपको करनी पड़ती है.
ठीक है. All right. Gimmickry. When I know I kind of bulldozed Mani on that, but it was something I felt that perhaps, as far as when I was talking to him, I honestly felt that, which is why I asked him that. You, however, were very upset. Want to tell us why?
To begin with, it kind of just cancels out, nullifies, and shoots down the entire concept of our show by saying it was a gimmick. And the question that you put forward to him was something regarding how we motivated the youth, and was it all just to excite people so that we could get more ratings? And he kind of said yes. And I don't know, maybe he never told me, but maybe that was what he had in mind, or maybe that was his thing for the show, and that was exciting him. But what was actually exciting me about the entire concept of the show was that we designed it in such a way that we were able to communicate to the youth and say things to them that they had never ever thought of speaking out loud before. There were things lurking in their head, but they had never kind of spoken about them so openly. And we started bringing those things up, and I realized that was creating such a big stir that these kids were now beginning to ask questions. And
what was fantastic is whether you liked it or didn't like it, you had to hear what the youth had to say.
Kind of unzip their mouths. Yes. And the kind of era we belonged to, it was the Zia era. We started saying things like, "Hum Zia ke bache hain," you know. Our mindset is because it's all in locks and chains because of that one man. And we started blaming him openly. We were the first people to come out with it and say, "Damn, this guy has really ruined us." Because we had felt the brunt of it, not our parents. You know, it was us guys. So we started saying it out loud, and to me that was no gimmick. I felt it. I wanted to say it, and I was so it was catharsis for me as well. And I was blending my anger and my angst to so many people who were as upset as I was. And so they could relate to my thoughts and Mani's thoughts. And when we were saying those things, I had nothing but passion, but I had nothing but the honest truth.
And apparently you were so angry you actually switched the television off.
I did. Because it's like I wouldn't use that term, but it was I'm trying to look for a better one.
An appropriate statement perhaps would be nice.
Yeah, I know. I was thinking it's like a bucket of water. It's the best I can do right now. Like you just kind of just like, I don't know. It was like you just don't have credibility down the drain in like one sentence.
Sure.
You don't say that, So I'm not blaming him.
Did you address it with him? Did you speak to him about
it? I told him. I said, "Oi, kya tune kiya yaar?" He said,
"I'm sure that's not how you said it, but all right."
I said, "Tune ye bol diya kaise?" I wasn't upset because this is at this stage when you like worked with somebody for 8-9 years. You don't have to. It's an ego thing then. You don't say, "Oh, pagal ho gaya," because nobody's boss. We both boss.
Right.
So you don't. When he wants to address something like that with me, he makes sure he kind of tapers it nicely. So मैंने भी यही किया, and I said, "Okay, all right. So what have you done?" And he's like, "Yeah, I don't know, but I think at that time I just thought."
Got carried away.
Yeah.
Salma, you come from a completely, you come from a different mindset, different background. Now, sometimes when you hear some of the inappropriate statements or language that these guys are talking about, and you hear people responding to them, how did you respond to it initially? Was it difficult to kind of come to terms with it, or did you sort of tell him, "Okay, I can't believe you said that," or were you kind of on board with him throughout?
Yeah, I was actually quite upset. and I didn't agree with it at all.
Okay.
And
why? What were your reasons?
Same thing actually. I feel that, you know, one doesn't have to be so harsh and brutal, and you know, you don't have to do that. It can be done in a better way.
She has a very fixed mindset about ideas about religion, about politics, about, you know, family values, about culture. She has a very, you know, sorted out mindset. Mine is more like of a quest. I'm like, oh no, yeah, why this and why that.
So you want to find out.
I want to find out more.
An inquisitive mind.
Yeah, and she's like fixed with her ideologies.
So
and
you don't
ideas.
mind basically sparking a fire as long as you get an answer to a question.
Why not? I think that is, yeah. So.
And that's what you can't understand.
Yes, it did take me a while to accept that, but initially it was that, why?
Yeah,
I mean,
why are you doing
this? What's the problem?
Just let it be.
Just let it be, you know, because to me it is that, acha, theek hai, so this is what people believe in, so let them believe in it.
You've been described as something of a fundamentalist. He can say whatever he wants, that's all very well, darling, but it's now going to happen my way.
No, actually things are usually his way.
Really?
That's because of the love she has for me.
Okay, no, sure. Is he a dictator?
Not really.
In a subtle way, passive-aggressive?
Could be. Yes, but passive-aggressive, yes. As far as the house is concerned and running things is concerned, or even production is concerned, he doesn't touch it. He's like, acha, theek hai.
Now,